1, 2, 3, 4, 5, let's go! Welcome to another episode of Fave Five From Fans, the podcast where we explore all things favorite. Once again, it's February, the month of love. And I am your host, Jamie Ray. I'm actually wearing a whole Cupid outfit right now. You just picture that. And today I have two loves of my life sitting in here outside the plastic microphone studio, but once again, just chilling. To my left, the mother of our children, Tina Ray.
That would be me.
And to my right, our youngest child, Lilli Dot.
What's up?
What's up? Yeah. Today, I have asked the ladies to sit down with me and discuss their Fave Five rom-coms. Now, Lilli has not always been a fan of the rom-com.
No.
And she's really probably still not. So I'm very interested.
I tolerate them.
You do. You tolerate some of them.
Yeah.
But Tina loves them. And she watches a lot of them on Netflix. And you don't do the whole Hallmark thing.
I did dip my toe into Hallmark Christmas movies the last couple of years.
Yeah. But not just rom-coms.
No.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that's good. So anyway, that's why we're doing this. What we're going to do is start with Lilli. First of all, ladies, do you have honorable mentions?
Yes, I do.
I do too.
All right.
And
Yes?
I may have bent a few rules. Not some like Mark Sino, Judy D bending of rules, but
they are a pox upon this show.
Ooh.
Oh,
There's some real breaks.
some shade.
That was shady.
So shady. But
True.
That's okay. It's true. But that's okay. So Lilli, if you're ready, why don't we go ahead and we hear your honorable mentions?
All of them?
Yes, all of your honorable mentions.
All of them. Okay, great. My first honorable mention is the 2001 classic chick flick, Legally Blonde.
That's a good one.
But here's the thing about Legally Blonde. I think it's more of a com-rom.
That's okay.
Than a rom-com.
You can put them in any order.
I think the romance is secondary to the story. Because I feel the story is more about Elle Woods, played by Reese Witherspoon. Iconic. It's more about her coming into herself more than her finding love with Luke Wilson.
Oh, I thought it was about the lady who owned the hair salon.
Jennifer Coolidge? God, I love Jennifer Coolidge. I was just telling Mom I had an assignment for an acting class. And we had to, pick out some acting techniques and, find them in a scene in a movie.
Yeah.
And I picked the scene from Legally Blonde where she goes to get her dog back. And she goes, "I'm taking the dog, dumbass." And I used that for my assignment.
That's cool. So you didn't use
And I got
when
20 out
the
of 20?
UPS driver came in.
No, Bend and Snap.
Yeah.
Bend and Snap is wonderful.
That's a good one.
And did you hear they're making a prequel series for Legally Blonde?
A whole series?
Yes, they just cast Elle Woods.
Wow. So
anyone we know?
No.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So what is my favorite line from that movie? And you do Jennifer Coolidge really, really good.
That's not in this movie. That's
What's
in
in the
Legally
second one?
Blonde too.
Oh, okay.
You look like the 4th of July. Makes me want a hot dog real bad.
Oh my gosh, that's so good.
I love Jennifer Coolidge.
She's awesome. You are awesome.
Amazing.
Okay. Next honorable mention.
Okay, my second honorable mention. It's another more chick flick than rom-com.
Okay.
But it does feel very rom-com. It's the 2008 classic Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia.
I love Mamma Mia.
We love Mamma Mia in this house.
We do love
It's
Mamma Mia.
Sacred.
It really is.
I love Mamma Mia. Everything about it. It's very chick flick, but I'm not sure if it's rom-com. But it definitely has the rom-com elements.
There's definitely romance in it.
There's definitely romance. There's definitely comedy.
Yes.
There's definitely
Songs.
iconic performances.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Meryl Streep.
Yeah.
Amanda Seyfried.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
Keep them coming.
What's her name? Christine
Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah.
Baranski.
Amazing.
Julie Walters. God, Julie Walters.
She's great.
I love Julie Walters in that movie.
And Howard Stark's in it.
Yes.
Yeah?
Howard Stark.
Howard
is
Stark?
in it.
He's-
The original.
The boyfriend.
Oh.
Excuse me, the fiance, the groom-to-be.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
The guy, I don't know his name. In the movie, his name's Sky.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know what the actor's name is. Howard Stark, I guess.
There you go. We'll
Close
go with
enough.
that. Close enough. So, I'm thinking you have another honorable mention.
I have one last honorable mention.
God.
I'm so sorry.
Yes.
But that's it. That's it. I only have the 3.
Oh.
And this one's a true rom-com.
Oh. Okay. Well, lay it on us.
It is some of Amanda Bynes' best work. She's the Man. She's the Man. I watched this movie when I was at Abby's house.
Yeah.
Because we were just like, let's put it on. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Right.
Amanda Bynes is so good. And you know who's her love interest?
Is it Zac Efron?
Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum. Wow.
It's perfect.
A young, skinny Channing Tatum, right?
I guess so. I mean, I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention to Channing Tatum. Sorry. I mean, but it was so good.
So what do you like so much about it?
So my thing about rom-coms is I always like when the com is first.
Okay.
So like with Legally Blonde, especially, and She's the Man, I feel like the comedy elements and the like self-growth comes first to the romance. And so when a movie can be funny without having like everything revolve around the romance, I think that's good. I think that's great. I love that kind of rom-com.
Okay.
You know? I love when a movie can make me laugh, and I'm rooting for the characters to get together. But I want it to make me laugh first.
Right.
And if there's a musical number or two, that's definitely a plus.
Exactly. And if there's a musical number, I'm not gonna complain at all.
I don't know if I've ever seen She's the Man.
We gotta get on that.
It's
Does
funny.
Channing
We gotta
dance?
fix that. Does
there a
Channing Tatum
dance
dance
number?
in this? No.
No.
But there is a very music-centric number where they're like scheming to make Amanda Bynes' character look really like cool with the ladies. And they have this song, it's called like "Hey Sexy Lady" playing in the background.
Hey,
Hilarious.
sexy lady.
No. It's
I know.
where it's more like "Hey Sexy Lady,
You know, that was
Dallas Good."
just kind of a bad Jerry Lewis impersonation, but anyway,
No, that was great. I thought Jerry Lewis was in the room.
in the room.
We need to look that up. Find out
All right.
where it's streaming. We're gonna watch
We'll do
that.
it. It's a funny film. It really is.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have another?
No, that's it. That
Just
was
3.
Just the 3 I will mention.
Okay, that's tolerable. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
welcome. All right. TUD.
Okay, so I only have 2 honorable mentions.
What? That's how you do it right there. Just saying.
But the first one's not really a rom-com, and it's not even a movie, but I just had to make
Okay.
it my honorable mention because more people need to know about this show, and it is Hades Town, which was just put on by CYT Lafayette, and of course Lilli was involved in that play.
Let's go.
And
That's you.
That was me.
it's a Broadway play that was written, the book, the music, and the lyrics by Anais Mitchell.
Anais Mitchell.
Anais Mitchell, her too. It won 8 Tony Awards in 2019, including Best Musical and Best Original Score. But it's like the little musical that no one's ever heard of. I guess it hasn't been on Broadway for 30 years. It's really just started touring within the last few years.
And I mean, I think COVID also impacted its success.
I guess
I
you're
mean,
right.
right after it won all those Tonys, COVID hit, and you couldn't go see the shows. So
guess you're right. I guess that's part of it. I hadn't thought about that. Mm-hmm. But, of course, I was familiar with the music going into the show. And it's kind of a movie. It's about Greek mythology, but it's told through song. And the song is very reminiscent of New Orleans jazz, which is a lot of fun. But we had been listening to the music for this on a loop as soon as we knew that CYT was going to be doing it, to get kind of familiar with the music. And I was completely unprepared when I saw this show for the first time. It made me cry. It made me laugh. It made me weep 5 times every time I saw it. It was just, not just that you were in it and that I knew a lot of the kids who were in it and loved the kids. It's just a great story, and it was a great musical, and it does everything that a good rom-com should do. It makes you laugh, it makes you cry. So if you out there in podcast land, if you have the opportunity to see this show, it's touring. It's going to be in New Orleans next year. It's on the Sanger's new list. Buy a ticket, see the show. It's amazing.
Okay.
And then my second honorable mention, and it's probably an honorable mentions because I love this movie. It made me laugh a lot. But I've only seen it once for some reason. It never came back for the rewatch, so it didn't quite make it into my Fave Five.
But you're not a rewatcher a lot.
I'm not. Yeah. That's true. There are too many new movies out there to spend time watching the same ones over and over. But my second honorable mention is a 2011 movie, and it's Crazy Stupid Love. And that was starring Steve Carell, Julianne Moore, Ryan Gosling, and Emma Stone. And
okay, I'm not familiar with that.
So the basic story is that Steve Carell's character Cal learns that his wife, who is played by Julianne Moore, was having an affair and wants to separate. And so he meets Ryan Gosling's character in a bar, and Ryan Gosling is kind of a womanizer and decides to show him a few of the ropes. Okay. And hilarity ensues. In the end, you find out that Ryan Gosling's character is dating this girl who happens to be Steve Carell's daughter. So when he finds out that he's been making all those sane moves, on his daughter. But you really kind of don't find out all of this until, the second act. It was just well done, a great cast, funny, some unexpected things, that you don't always see with all the rom-com tropes. I'll have to pick it up and watch it again.
Yeah.
It might be a rated R movie. I remember it being a little
raunchy.
I got
That's a good word, but
okay. Well, all right. That's a good one. So, got any left?
No, but I'm anxious to find out what zombie movie you found with romance, because I feel like there's one in there somewhere.
Well, you're going to have to wait to find out, because I am going to start out with some movies that you are probably familiar with, because, we've watched a lot of movies. But before we talk about rom-coms that I love, I want to talk about a rom-com that I just can't stand.
Perfect.
And it's not because of the acting, it's not because of the the people that are in it. It's because it's just, I think, what's the word? It's ick.
It's icky.
It's icky, okay?
Yeah.
And I'm talking about 1997's My Best Friend's Wedding.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
This movie it has some amazing scenes in it. Rupert Everett is just so funny. Is it Everett or Evans? I forget.
Everett.
Okay.
Everett.
He's really, really great in this film.
I think he was nominated and possibly won an Academy Award. He was definitely nominated. I can't remember if he won.
For this?
For My Best Friend's Wedding.
Really?
I'm fairly certain.
Oh.
I would not have believed that at all. That's crazy. But anyway, so the reason I hate it, and I do, I hate it, even though I love it, because say other don't prefer me. That's amazing scene. I love that. It's because, oh my God, I hate her so much. It's like
Yeah.
she has been best friends with him all of this time. And when he finally announces that he's going to get married to a lovely Cameron Diaz, she is just a joy in this movie, just a bucket of wonderful. She does everything she can to torpedo the wedding.
Yeah.
And I just cannot root for her at all. And it's just, I don't understand how it's called a rom-com. And in all my research, it showed up on all of the different lists. And I'm like, ick.
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 So, you with me?
Yeah, and I fact-checked. He did not win an Oscar for that.
Was he nominated?
No.
Oh, I made that
It
up.
only got one nomination at the Oscars, and it's
How
for
did I
Best
make that up?
Score.
Oh, maybe he won a Golden Globe.
Do I need to fact-check again?
I just feel like he was well recognized for that role, but maybe it was just by me. Again, a new musical number. Good rom-com has a good musical number.
I love that. And twins. You know?
twins.
So anyway, okay, I'm going to get that out of my system because I do actually enjoy rom-coms. Not all the time. But my next one is going to be an animated film from 2001, starring the voices of Mike Myers, Eddie Murphy, again Cameron Diaz, and Jonathan Lithgow. And I'm talking about Shrek. Now,
It's coming to the Grand.
is it? Well,
Yes.
we can go see it again.
Perfect.
Flashback cinema, guys.
I love the fact that they're okay. First of all, there's a romance, and it starts the way it always starts with, an ogre. That's how most love stories
Yeah,
start.
of course.
In the course.
That's how my love story started.
Oh.
Shade.
That was shade.
And it ends
that was shade.
with two ogres in love and a donkey and a dragon.
Is that how your love story ended?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, we have a donkey and a dragon.
So which
Guess
one's
which one you are.
So it's just such a fun time, and there's adversity, and they end up finding true love in each other in the way that they look, and I just aww, and it's got a great a soundtrack to it.
And it won the first ever Best Animated Picture at the Oscars.
There you go.
Wow.
There you go. You know who'd be proud of you.
Oscar-winning Shrek.
You know who'd be proud of you.
Who'd be proud of me? Oscar?
No, King Poseidon himself.
Aiden.
Shout out to my
knowing
boy.
that you know the Oscar facts there, he would love that. And then I'm going to round it off with, we're going to go way back to 1946. Okay, this movie is now, this is at least the third, if not fourth time this movie has come up on a list on 163 episodes of this show. It is a wonderful film. There's no musical numbers in it. Okay. But you've got Jimmy Stewart and Donna Reed falling in love and working their way through the fact that it's a wonderful life.
Is that a rom-com?
It is, because there's a lot of comedy in it. It's different kind of comedy than what we have today.
Yeah.
Okay. But there's so many funny scenes in it. One of my favorite scenes is one of these things that wasn't in the script. When Uncle Billy is drunk and they've had a party for George Bailey before he's supposed to go off, and the actor is acting drunk, and he comes out and he puts his hat on, and George has to turn him around, and he walks off, and he accidentally ran into someone that had a stack of tins that you carry film in, and they knocked all over the ground. And so his reaction to him laughing at it is true. And they kept it in because it was like he's running in trash cans.
I love that.
So I love that. But anyway, that's going to round out my honorable mentions.
That's awesome.
And look at there. I stuck in animated, a movie that I hated, and a fourth time showing up.
Perfect.
So 4 times, it was a favorite Christmas movie. It was a favorite Jimmy Stewart movie. It was a pre-1960s comedy with my friend Dr. Kodachrome, Tobias.
Yes.
And now here it is again as a rom-com.
Perfect.
All right. Well, We've
Great
finished
movie.
off the honorable mentions and one not so honorable mention.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. Why don't we pop it over to you and give us your fifth favorite com-rom?
My fifth favorite com-rom. This one got some musical numbers, got some mystical elements, and it's even got some animation.
Wow.
Can you guess what it is?
Is it...
Don't guess, I'll tell you. It's Enchanted.
I was going to guess.
Okay, well, you don't have to guess. It's Enchanted. I love Enchanted. It's amazing.
I agree.
Enchanted is so good. It's so good. Amy Adams, Patrick Dempsey, James Marsden, and Dina Menzel not singing.
Not singing.
Shocker.
Who puts Dina Menzel in a musical?
I don't know,
doesn't
but you
let
know
her
who
sing?
puts her
Maybe
in a
it's
corner?
Range.
Nobody. Nobody puts Zena Medell in the corner.
But it's so good. And Amy Adams is great. Amy Adams is wonderful. She is so blissfully naive. And speaking of the music, I found out this fun fact a few days ago. So this movie came out in 2007, and it was nominated 3 times for Best Original Song.
Okay.
Happy Working Song, So Close, and That's How You Know were all nominated for Best Original Song at the Oscars, and none of them won.
Yeah. That's How You Know is my favorite.
I know, it was so good. And because of that, in the previous year, Dreamgirls had 3 different songs nominated in Best Original Song, and none of them won. So after 2007, for the 2008 Oscar ceremony, they changed the rules so that films could only submit 2 songs for Best Original Song.
Okay.
So that they wouldn't split the votes. So Enchanted changed the Oscar rules
Change the
forever.
Oscar rules. Man, you're just making Aiden's head blow up right now.
I know,
He's sitting
I
here
know.
screaming at the...
Does he know facts about Enchanted?
he knows facts about Oscars.
Probably.
But he probably does.
Probably does.
He knows everything about
knows
movies.
everything.
You know, one of the things I loved about that movie was I love James Marsden in this movie. He was so good. And I don't know, did this predate Hairspray? I feel like I didn't know he could sing like that.
I think Hairspray was 2008 and this was 2007.
I feel like I was very surprised to see Cyclops singing like that.
Yeah.
I did not know he had it in him. And he's an amazing
How
singer.
about Dr. McDreamy?
Awesome.
He was
didn't
great.
sing.
No, I'm sorry. He was great, is what I was saying.
He was dreamy.
He was dreamy.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, he's a cut above the rest. Because he was a surgeon. You know. Yeah, anyway. That's so funny.
Well, can I pass it to Mother to see what her number 5 is?
I think you could, Bob.
Okay, so mine is another rom-com with a great musical number right there in the middle.
Perfect.
Kind of. They're not singing, but it is a great musical moment in the movie. My number 5 is a 2004 film starring Jennifer Garner and Mark Ruffalo.
Oh, of course.
13 going on 30.
There we
This
go.
is a
And
good
of course,
one.
the iconic Thriller dance scene in the middle. I guess I love the 80s feel to this movie. I guess it's kind of 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
And Jennifer Garner is just charming.
Yeah.
She really is.
And Mark Ruffalo, I mean, they had great chemistry. Good, fun movie. Sweet.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah, everything I need a rom-com
sorry.
to be. Just kind of leave you smiling at the end
was-
and that little warm feeling.
I was so embarrassed for her.
Yeah.
All the time.
You hated. She hates the cringy moments.
I hate the cringy movies, and I think rom-coms are special because of how cringy they are.
Yeah.
And I think that's the appeal for some people. But I cannot.
I'm
do
pretty
it.
sure you gave up on this movie when she had the scene with her hockey player boyfriend,
Oh
right?
my God.
And at that point, you were like, "I'm out. I can't
do
watch, I can't watch anymore." I don't think you even made it to the musical number.
Oh my god! Yes, I did.
You
Like,
did?
I have watched the musical number multiple times because you have showed me, but I don't know if I watched it in the one sitting. But yeah, it's.
Watch her squirm.
It's
wanna talk
amazing.
about
It is one of my favorites.
Great pick.
I love it. Thank you. What about you? What do you have coming in at number 5?
Oh, well, anybody who knows me knows that this movie was going to be on my list at some point. It is from 2000, starring my girl, Sandy B, in Miss Congeniality.
Oh.
So much fun.
Yeah.
Gracie Hart, a tomboyish detective, has to infiltrate the made-up Miss United States pageant. And it has to find out who's trying to assassinate somebody. So much fun. She, the whole...
You wanna kiss me.
You wanna hug me. The whole thing where she's getting waxed and peeled and all of that stuff. Michael Caine he was fantastic in this movie. And huge shout out to the Canadian himself, Captain James T. Kirk.
William Shatner.
And
Murphy Brown.
Murphy Brown was in this too.
Candice Bergen.
Ernie Hudson's in it. Had a great cast. But one of my favorite little things in this movie is when Heather Burns, who plays Miss Rhode Island, is asked, "What's your idea of a perfect date?" And I think the answer is
April 16th, maybe?
Yeah, April 24th.
Do I need to fact check?
Check it.
Check
The
it, sure,
perfect
go
date.
ahead. And I love that the internets, the interwebs, brings that up all the time. Every time that date comes around.
April 25th.
April 25th.
April 25th.
It's not too cold. It's not too hot.
Light sweater is perfect.
Jacket, yeah. And it's so much fun. It's so much fun. It spawned a sequel, which wasn't as good, but was still...
As they so often are.
Yeah, but it was still very fun.
Yeah.
But nothing beats the first, and that is Miss Congeniality. I think it might have been nominated for several Oscars, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm not fact checking that.
Yeah, no, just go with it.
It had Oscar winners in it. Let's just go with that.
That's close
Michael
enough.
Caine, Sandra Bullock is an Oscar winner.
Yes.
It gets a 6.3 out of 10 on IMDb. So it's just a lot of fun.
6.3 out of 10.
I know. Should get more, but that's just not me. I didn't do it. So, all right. We have finished our fives. Why don't you go ahead and unwrap that heart full of chocolate and tell us what your number 4 is?
My number 4, I'm following the trend of very whimsical movies.
Oh, okay.
Movies that were very, very dear and near to my heart when I was younger. This one is Ella Enchanted.
Oh, okay.
2004.
Love it.
Anne Hathaway, Hugh Dancy, and my favorite, the little
Elle
elf,
McPherson.
the elf man, Aidan McCardle, and the king, Carrie Elwes.
Yeah. Another Canadian.
Oh, it's so good. I forgot how good Ella Enchanted was until I rewatched it. I think I might have been sick.
A couple of great musical numbers.
Wanted a couple,
yes.
many great musical numbers. And I rewatched Ella Enchanted, and I forgot just how good it is. Like, it is such a good movie.
Somebody to Love is the best.
Somebody to Love, Don't Go Breaking My Heart.
That's another good one.
It's just so good.
Yeah.
Anne Hathaway is amazing. I still do not understand why people hated Anne Hathaway at some point in time.
Either.
I don't get it. She's so
great in this
amazing.
movie.
This was another one of those movies, like watching Cyclops sing in Enchanted, that I did not know she could sing until I saw her in this movie. So I guess up until this point, she'd been famous for Princess Diaries, maybe.
Yeah.
And I know she went on to do Les Mis. Amazing. She's an amazing actress, quite an accomplished singer. Held her own with Kelly Clarkson on the Kelly Clarkson Show. But this is a great,
excellent choice. Look at you pulling out some good rom-coms.
Thank you.
I'm surprised. I thought they were all going to be haters.
Thank you.
I really did.
No. I can appreciate a good movie.
Yeah.
If it can make me giggle and it's got a good romance plot, I'm all for it.
All right.
But on that note, I don't know. What's your number 4, Mom?
I hope you haven't seen this movie. My number 4 is a 2005 raunchy rom-com called The 40-Year-Old Virgin.
No.
I don't know if I'm prepared to watch this with you. I don't think I'm prepared to watch this with Abby.
I don't think I'm prepared to watch this at all.
Yes.
But we saw this in a theater, And I remember the cringy moments are cringy, but I remember tears coming down my face.
So funny.
It's a funny movie. Also has a great musical number at the very end. The dawning of the age of Aquarius, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Of course, another appearance by Steve Carell. It's a Judd Apatow movie, so you know it's funny. Catherine Keener, Paul Rudd, and Seth Rogen are in this movie.
Yeah.
And one of your favorites, Jane Lynch. Tries so hard to seduce Steve Carell.
So hard. Oh my God. And it's full of action figures. So, I mean, it's just a great movie.
I forgot that he was a collector of action figures.
Mint in box.
Of course, the scene that sticks in my mind is the chest waxing.
Kelly Clarkson?
Kelly Clarkson.
Oh, Kelly Clarkson.
Which, if you don't even have to fact check me on this.
Yeah.
He was actually having his chest waxed. And those were his, and if you go and look online, you'll see a whole bunch of them. Because he was just screaming out whatever he could scream out. And one of the reasons they had to keep doing it over and over is because everybody kept laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
the curse of being so funny.
So funny. I know what that's like, though. You know. So
and humble.
And humble. Humility. I'm most proud of my humility.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
So okay. All right. Well, that's a great one.
To you, it's time for your number 4.
Well, it is time for me. So like a prophecy being fulfilled.
Are we finding zombies now?
We are finding a zombie comedy.
I knew.
Of course.
I knew it was coming. I don't know what movie it is, but
Really?
I think I might
we'll give it
have
a
a guess, but I don't know if it would be number 4.
Well, let me tell you, it's the only zombie comedy.
Oh, then is it Shaun of the Dead?
It is Shaun of the Dead. And it
Wow.
is good. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
Very proud of you.
It does have some rom in it.
Well, the whole thing is romance. Because
rom-coms on.
the whole thing, exactly.
Rom-coms on.
Rom-coms
There you
on.
go. Rom-com, a whole new subcategory
Exactly.
right now. You know, it's not the only one. There's another one called Night of the Living Deb. Where,
Oh, gosh.
yeah.
Isn't
yes.
there one that's like My Cold Heart or something with Nicholas Holt? That's about zombies' fault.
Pretty Little Dead Things or something like that?
I don't know.
Anyway, so this movie, it's an amazing movie. I've never made you watch it yet, right?
No, not
Okay.
yet.
Birthday Palooza.
I have seen the kill count.
Okay, that's going to be Birthday Palooza this year.
Perfect.
So I'm going to tell you. So the whole thing is about Sean and his buddy, who's played by Nick Frost. His name is Ed. And the zombie apocalypse starts, and his girlfriend Liz, or kind of his girlfriend, because she kind of broke up with him because anyway. It's all about him making his way to Liz to save her, and because how much he loves her.
Aww.
And it's again there's a lot of romance in it there, not your typical romance. Tons of comedy. There's even a musical number of sorts.
It really
in
is a
it.
rom-com.
Yeah, it's them doing a version of White Lines, but anyway.
All right.
And there's even an appearance of the Purple Rain LP.
Wow.
So it's great. It's great all over. Perfect. Surprised? You were probably kind of half joking, kind of half serious.
Yeah. I was more half serious than half joking.
Yeah.
I knew you would find
something.
something.
Yeah.
And I've seen this movie with you. Probably during our annual Birthday Palooza celebration.
I think we went to the movies to see it.
I don't recall seeing it in the theater, but I could be wrong because my recollection
It's no
is not
lawnmower,
always
man.
great. I forgot the romance part of it.
That's the whole reason he's
I'll
trying to
look
get
forward
across.
to watching that again in May.
Yeah. I think you'll like it. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we have finished our number 4s. We're almost halfway there. Number 3.
Number 3. Now this is one of the only picks on my list that is more rom than com.
Oh.
I know. It's a shocker. But it's too good not to mention. It is the 1987 classic Princess Bride.
That is such a good movie and a good pick.
I love Princess Bride.
As you wish.
Carrie
Have fun
Ellis
storming the
makes
castle.
another
makes
appearance.
another appearance.
Mm-hmm.
But this time is the hero and not
This
the
one is
villain.
the hero. with
And our
Robin
boy
Wright.
Mandy Patinkin
Mandy
from
Patinkin.
Criminal Minds.
Oh, I love Mandy Patinkin. This movie is so good. I've loved it since What, like...
We watched this movie together once when you were home from school with the flu.
Yeah.
And I think at the time we had Spy Kids on a heavy rotation.
Oh,
Yes.
gosh,
And I
Spy
just
Kids.
could not watch it one more time. And I was
Yeah.
like, let's watch something new.
That's fair.
And we watched Princess
I
Bride.
love Princess Bride. I remember I watched it at school too, because we had like a whole fantasy lesson, and to go with it, we watched Princess Bride, and I was like, yes, Princess Bride.
Yeah.
I love Princess Bride.
Didn't you take it on a bus trip once?
Yes, I did.
that's
I love Princess
remember.
Bride. It's so good.
It is such, and there's a version of where it's an adult Fred Savage being held hostage by Deadpool, and he's got him in his bed, just like this. We got to find that one day and watch it. I hear it's really, really good. So it's supposed to be really funny. Yeah, it's like Deadpool 1.5 or something like that. I don't know. I'll have to find it. And of course, Robin Wright is
Robin
as
Wright.
the princess. She's really, really good.
Buttercup.
And my boy Chris Sarandon
Yes.
from Fright Night, and Star Trek.
Yeah.
So there you go. Okay, enough of that.
Enough of that. So now it's your turn.
My number 3, we're dipping into the 2000s now. A more recent film is a Netflix movie from 2019, Always Be My Maybe.
And I was wondering if this was going to show up.
I love this movie, starring Randall Park, always amazing, Ali Wong, always hilarious, with a special guest appearance by Keanu Reeves. Of course, the best. It's a story about childhood friends who have a teenage tryst, followed by a 15-year falling out, and they meet again, and their lives have diverged, but there is still a spark. Of course, one of the things I love about this, I do love the fact that it's a rom-com with Asian leads.
Yeah.
I've said it before, I'll say it again. Representation matters. It's great to see, but it's funny, it's sweet, it's amazing. Randall Park and Ali Wong have such great chemistry. Another good musical numbers, the tennis ball song. It's just, and of course, Keanu Reeves. This is an iconic performance.
Oh, it really
him,
is.
Oh, yes.
Of him really poking fun at himself, and
He was
I
snubbed
heard
at
that
Oscar.
Ali Wong had a short list of Asian actors, and of course he's. I believe he's Japanese. Is he not? Got some Japanese?
Do you need to fact check this?
Let's fact check that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know he comes up on the Pan-Asian, so I don't know exactly what his heritage is there.
Hawaiian and Chinese.
There you go.
There you go. And there's a lot of Japanese ancestry with Hawaiians. But anyway, a
Always
hilarious
got to throw the
movie.
Japan in there. You see that?
It's my people.
I know.
Such a funny movie. It's very sweet. I loved it. I've seen it at least twice. I know I've watched it. I made Lily watch it for me one year for Birthday Palooza. And was it terrible? It wasn't too bad,
It wasn't
right?
terrible. It was not terrible. I wouldn't
Yeah.
say that.
Well, thanks.
Okay. Well, there
Not
you go.
terrible.
Not terrible.
It wasn't too
For my
cringy.
stand,
It was cringy?
it was pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay though.
Okay.
All right.
It was funny. It was great.
Yeah.
It was rom-com.
I've seen the Keanu part. That was
Yeah.
funny.
It
Yeah.
was great. Okay, what about you? You're number 3.
Well, I am going to read a couple lines and see if you can guess what my number 3
Any
is.
zombies?
Nope, no zombies.
Okay.
Who are you? No one of consequence. I must know. Get used to disappointment.
No idea.
It's
Clueless.
no,
That's
that's
a good
different
one.
movie. Yeah,
Yeah, that's a
it
good
is. My number 3 is also Princess Bride. That was the exchange between
It's a
Inigo
match.
Montoya and Man in Black.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Everything you said about this movie is great. Though, one of my favorite parts of this film are the scenes between the grandfather and the grandson.
Yeah.
Okay. And one of the reasons is because the grandfather is an actor named Peter Falk. And I know you've heard of me refer to Columbo several times.
Yeah.
Okay, so he was Columbo on TV.
That's cool.
And yeah, it was. And he played such a great. He was so loving to his grandson, you know, and he kind of knew when he was getting too involved in the story, but you know, it's just wonderful. And the other part of the movie that I really liked was Faziki, who was played by Andre the Giant. Who, growing up, I'm sure Mom saw him too. He was always on wrestling.
The eighth wonder of the world, right?
He's just a towering guy. But just like in real life, in this movie, he's just very soft-hearted. You know, there's that great scene where they're trying to break into the castle, and I think the man in black says, "Give me the gate key," and the guy goes, "I have no gate key." And it's like, Fezzik, rip his arms off. Oh, this great key. So, I love it. So nothing else that I could say that you didn't already say about it. It is a wonderful, wonderful film.
Yes, I love Princess Bride.
Yes, I do too. So this is where we usually stop and take a little break and talk about what's going on in our lives. Mom just talked about how we just wrapped up a season of Hades Town.
Yes.
And we are fixing to go to Mardi Gras. And your mom and I will be riding this year, and we're gonna throw you some stuff in particular.
I'll be catching.
Yeah. You're going to a first parade tomorrow.
I am.
Yeah. That's right, Jack.
Ooh, let him talk. Yeah? What else?
What's your favorite rom-com, Jack? Lady and the Tramp? I get it.
So that's fun. And then Mom had a great idea that we bought some beads with blank discs. You actually went and bought them for me. And we put in Fave 5 stickers on them.
That's right. So look for us in the Independent Parade.
Whoop, whoop. And I'll also be throwing poker chips that have Fave 5 on them with a QR code too.
Amazing.
So it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. And then I guess next, what is the next thing you'll be performing in?
The next show I'm going to be in is CYT is actually going to remount Phantom of the Opera, and we're putting it on at the Hyman Center.
Ooh,
so this is one of the biggest things CYT Lafayette has ever done. We're going to put the show on at the Hyman Center. We're deep into rehearsals.
Live orchestra.
Yep.
Live orchestra again.
Velvet Ropes.
Phenomenal cast of teens. Some teens, and we're gonna put on a good show for you guys.
Yeah, I can't wait for this.
Apparently, one of the big things. This is a little tidbit.
Ooh.
One of the big things about Phantom of the Opera is the chandelier. And the chandelier crashing down.
Right.
And so, because we're at Hyman, we had to find some professionals to help with the chandelier. And apparently, the man who is going to help with our chandelier worked on the Super Bowl rigs.
Oh.
So we getting a professional.
How does one become a professional chandelier crasher? I wonder if that's you could go
a career path?
Yeah.
I should look into that.
I'm saying it's there, you know? It's there.
Are you guys getting a new chandelier?
I think so.
Yeah, after every performance, they have to get a new one.
Yep. No, but shout out to Matt Whittle and all of the people who are volunteering,
an amazing job,
working on the sets for the show. But I think that he is, taking the base of what we had for the first show at Angel Hall.
That he built in his living room and looked phenomenal.
Amazing.
And he's just upping it all
He made
up.
it crystal clear that it was wonderful.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was so bad.
No, it's okay. But the first time we only had one staircase, but this time we have two staircases.
Ooh.
And now we're going to have an even bigger chandelier and all this stuff.
Crashing down.
It'll be fun. It'll be good.
That's awesome. And how about you, Mom? What's going on with you?
Looking forward to Mardi Gras as well.
Yeah. Mama gets her drink on.
I do.
Yeah.
think we're gonna have some mules.
Some
this year
mules?
for Mardi Gras is what I'm kind of feeling.
Okay, well, I know you got the little necklace there that you could put a beer can in.
I do.
That's pretty awesome.
Yep.
Actually made out of Mardi Gras beads.
Come prepared.
So is it time to pull out the fluffy blue blinking hat?
Oh no, I have a Mardi Gras hat that's like green.
Oh, green. Oh, okay.
You know,
Okay.
you got to stick with the Mardi Gras colors.
Yeah.
I am, as we do this, wearing my Mardi Gras shirt that says "Girls Just Want to Have King Cake."
That's an amazing shirt.
Thank you.
That's really
It's
awesome.
made by one of my gorgeous daughters.
And we won't say
that's
which
it.
one.
Looking forward to a long weekend.
Yeah.
Riding in the parade with some people who are going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So looking forward to it. Watch for us. Watch for your swag from
There you
Fave
go.
Five.
What? Oh, awesome. All right. Well, I think.
Can I say it?
Yeah.
We're at our penultimate choice.
Penultimate.
There we go.
Penultimate.
Whoosh.
Whee!
All right. Well, why don't you give us your penultimate choice?
Okay. This one has one of the greatest rom-com musical numbers in rom-com history.
Oh.
In my opinion, I think.
Okay. IMHO.
And it is 10 Things I Hate About You.
Okay.
When Heath Ledger sings
Oh.
Can't Take My Eyes Off of You.
Yeah.
When
The
he's running
marching
down
band.
the bleachers with the
Uh-huh.
marching band, he's getting chased by security.
Yeah.
That is rom-com.
That's
gold.
hilarious.
It's awesome, Heath Ledger, Julia Stiles, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. It's a retelling of Shakespeare's The Taming of the Shrew.
Right.
It's just awesome. I love 10 Things I Hate About You. And I didn't think I would, because 10 Things I Hate About You is a very classically rom-com.
Yes. Like
And so,
Shakespeare.
I thought, I was like, I'm not going to like it. It's a rom-com. But it's so good.
Yeah.
Everyone is just awesome. And Heath Ledger and Julia Stiles have incredible chemistry in this movie.
Yeah.
Like, it's actually
Her poem at the end.
her poem at the end when she's like
It's
crying, I'm like, it
Yeah.
gets me in the heart every
Yeah.
time. I love that's a good movie.
So, I know the movie you're talking about. Mm-hmm. It's so not on my list.
I know.
But what is on my list, or would be on my list, not on my actual list, but the one that I really like to watch, it's called Not Another Teenage Movie.
Yeah.
And have you ever seen this movie, Tina?
No.
It's horrible. So
With Chris Evans?
Yes, Chris Evans comes out in the whipped cream
Yeah.
bikini, but
Oh, is this Janie's Got a Gun?
Janie's got a gun. Oh my god.
They
So-
parody the 10 Things I Hate About You scene where Heath Ledger sings to Julia Stiles, but in Not Another Teen Movie, he sings, the character's name is Janie, and he sings Janie's Got a Gun. So everyone thinks that she physically has a gun on her, and she gets like tackled.
Security comes and tackles her.
God, it's terrible.
He like kind of sneaks off, and it's hilarious.
The first one is better. The original is better.
Sure.
The original's better.
All right.
Heath Ledger did have some kind of charisma.
Oh, I mean,
And in this movie, it was all
It's-
on full display.
it's amazing.
Yeah, it's a great film. Good pick.
Yeah,
What's
awesome.
your penultimate choice?
Well,
wants to know.
this is high up on my list, as I'm as I'm sure you guys expected. And I am ready for the reaction it's going to get. But my penultimate choice for rom-coms is the 1995 movie starring Sandra Bullock, While You Were Sleeping.
Ugh.
I love this movie.
That needs to bookend with my best friend's wedding.
I don't know. It's one of my favorites. Sandra Bullock, great supporting cast. You guys have got to admit that. Bill Pullman,
Yeah.
Peter Gallagher, Peter Boyd, Jack Warden. I mean, you can't get much better than that. And I know the story can be kind of dumb in and of itself.
Not dumb, cringy.
But it's so charming. And who can forget Joe Jr.? Joe Jr. is great.
It's like a Camaro. You look at her like a Camaro.
Like the first time I ever saw a Camaro.
But again, well, Lily, would you like to take this one?
It's While You Were Sleeping is my least favorite movie, I think, ever.
Ever.
Wow.
I remember watching this with you when you were very young because it's wholesome. There's no...
Yeah,
No, it's not.
It's wholesome, but as the girl
No,
takes
it's
advantage of the
not.
guy in the coma's family.
Oh my god.
Oh, and then seduces his brother. Oh, it's so wholesome.
Fall in love.
And also the title, While You Were Sleeping.
Well, while you
just-
were comatose, had
That
already been
just
taken.
sounds creepy. God.
I love this movie.
I know
though.
you do.
It's just,
And you know what? This is not best five from fans.
No.
It's Fave Five. And you're allowed to have wrong opinions.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. I mean, again, look how the romance started.
there's
right?
not even a musical number in this movie, but
So is it even really
but the
rom-com?
scene where she and Jack Bill Pullman he's walking her home and they slip on the ice, their chemistry is just really amazing. Like I fell a little in love with Jack.
So, but how was the chemistry with her and the guy in the coma?
Yeah, not,
It was
There
a
is
little
none.
cold. Yeah, it's a little cold. Again, you're entitled to your favorites.
again, and the Joe Jr. scenes so funny, so unexpected.
Yes.
I love this movie. Anytime it flies, if ever I'm flicking through channels, which doesn't really happen
Not
anymore,
anymore,
but
yeah.
I
Anytime
always
it pops up on Netflix that it's streaming.
yeah. I've watched this movie many times, and I enjoy it. It's one of my favorites.
All
Good
right.
for you.
My
You're welcome.
penultimate.
Yeah. All right.
All right, and yours? Your penultimate choice?
Penultimate.
choice?
Does Nosferatu want to know?
Nosferatu wants to know.
I think Bob is going to like this one because we both love this movie.
What about me?
I think we've made you watch it before. I don't know, but it's a great movie. It's from 1992, and it stars Marissa Tomei and Joe Pesci
Oh, you did watch this one.
as My Cousin Vinny
I did watch My Cousin Vinny.
with Ralph Macchio.
She did win an Oscar for this one.
Yes.
Marissa Tomei won Best Supporting Actress for
Yes,
this movie.
she did. This movie is so much fun. Her, what's her clock?
Yeah.
Her internal clock is pumping. Fred Gwynn as the judge was so perfect. Lane Smith, who was the DA, he was Perry White from
White,
Lois and Clark.
Nice.
Bruce McGill was the sheriff. So many great characters in this movie. So many great suits. And a couple of really good Utes. Yep.
I don't know.
That's what the judge called youths. I mean, I'm sorry. That's what the judge asked of because Vinny called them Utes. So
I see.
anyway, and of course it's Ralph Macchio,
Yeah.
who's about to come out in the new Karate Kid Legends
Yeah.
with Jackie Chan.
Nice.
So yeah, it's awesome. So great movie. Just love it.
It is a good
And
one.
they have a great romance.
I'm
So-
gonna be honest.
Yeah.
The only thing I remember from that movie is that the testimony from that one girl where she was like, "It can't have the 1967 Chevrolet
Yeah.
Weber. Can't have this engine because the axle side." Like I just remembered that, and
You
I was
think
like,
I'm
and I was like,
hostile now?
I was like, okay, get him.
Eight.
She ate.
Look at me
yes.
using the proper view. See, I gotta go on the gram and post that. Oh, and there it goes.
You did.
goes.
You were doing so good.
The Groom.
That's just ick. So, we've told our honorable mentions. We've told our 5, 4, 3, and 2s, the penultimates. Now you're ready. What is your absolute favorite rom-com?
My absolute favorite rom-com. This is actually, I love this movie so much. that I would consider one of my favorite movies, period.
Okay.
It's so good. And I don't think it gets enough love. It is Easy A. I love Easy A.
Okay.
The cast of Easy A alone is stacked.
Yes.
You've got Emma Stone, Amanda Bynes. Amanda Bynes coming back to my list. Remember, she's
Yes,
the
she
man.
did.
Now she's in Easy A. So good.
Bookends.
She's the man, and then she's the woman.
Penn Badgley, Stanley Tucci. God,
You
I
love
love
you some
Stanley
Stanley
Tucci.
Tucci.
I love Stanley Tucci. He is so funny, and I will never be as funny as him, but I want to try. Lisa Kudrow's in this movie. Her husband is Thomas Hayden Church, the sand guy from the Spider-Man. The cast is stacked, and it is such a funny movie.
Yeah.
It centers, if you don't know about Easy A.
So you have Mary Jane and Sandman from the multiverse.
I do.
So there you go.
And they're both in Easy A. If you don't know about Easy A, it's kind of like a modern twist on the Scarlet Letter, which they actually, within the story, they're reading the Scarlet Letter in their English class. Yes,
Nathaniel Hawthorne.
And so basically this girl, long story short, a rumor gets out, and she's like the new school slut. But she is literally like, never had a boyfriend, never been in a relationship, never, like, all this stuff. And so she's just like, you know what? Fine. And she, like, owns it. She literally puts a red A on everything. And that's where Easy A comes from. And the whole story just kind of follows her through while she's, like, figuring out her, you know, like, relationship with herself. But it's also really funny. And then there's the romance with Penn Badgley. But I gotta say, my favorite bit of the movie is when he's dressed up as the school's mascot.
Okay.
And he's a woodchuck. And he goes, he has like a styrofoam piece of wood, and he goes,
That's kind of how she eats her corn on the cob.
A little bit.
It's the funniest thing ever. And it's got a killer musical number at the end where she sings Knock on Wood. It's perfect. It's wonderful. It's so good. If you ever want to watch a good com-rom, because I do think it's a com-rom,
Okay.
you gotta watch Easy A.
Awesome.
So that's my number one.
All right.
Great choice.
Great choice.
Can I know your number one choice, Mom?
Yeah. My number one choice is a 1998 film starring Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore, The Wedding Singer.
Oh,
Of course, we grew up in the 80s. It was
Yeah.
great to see a movie centered in the 80s. I think everyone out there knows by now I am a big Saturday Night Live fan. Oddly enough, not the biggest Adam Sandler fan.
I guess so.
I do not generally like the Happy Madison movies. They're a little too just kind of...
This one really doesn't have that feel to it, though.
It doesn't. It doesn't. It's a very sweet story. Billy Idol saves their relationship, playing himself, Billy Idol.
Perfect.
It was just great. Great musical numbers.
Yeah.
I love this movie. It's sweet, and it's definitely one of those movies I can watch over and over again. I did force you to watch it this past year
Yes, I
for
do
Birthday
remember.
Palooza. But you survived.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
No,
Is it that bad?
No, I mean, most rom-coms I'm pretty
while you were sleeping.
while you're sleeping. But The Wedding Singer was not that bad.
Yeah.
It's a fun
That
movie.
was pretty okay. Now, was 50 First States, was that before or after?
That was after. This was the first pairing of
50
the three.
First States was not it.
Yeah.
But The Wedding Singer was pretty.
Did you see, what was the third one? Blended?
I don't know if I've
even know
seen
about-
Blended.
Yeah, because they did three of them together.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I think Wedding
I
Singer
never
probably...
thought they were able to quite, although I did like 51st States,
I did too.
but they never quite recaptured the magic. Of course, the limo driver friend that's always wearing the Michael Jackson clothes. What's her name? Marsha Brady's in this too. But the best, Billy Idol on the plane, playing Billy Idol, who looked amazing, by the way,
Yes.
for playing 15, 20 years past his heyday. This is a great movie and one of my faves. I do have it on physical media. So,
Gasp.
when our internet goes out, we'll have something to watch.
There you go.
Perfect.
We have actually lots to watch.
Yeah. All right.
I'm going to go ahead and throw mine out here because it's such a wonderful choice.
Yeah.
And it is also The Wedding Singer.
Yay!
Now, here's some interesting facts, though. As Jeffrey Corbello would say, some fun facts. Did you know that Carrie Fisher she spent 6 months working with Frank Sarasi, the director, and Adam Sandler to work on the script. They were all uncredited, but she was specifically brought in with her mission to, quote, add heart and strength and dimension to Julia's character.
Nice.
And afterwards, of course, she's wonderful after this. Afterwards, they asked her what the secret was, and she said it's easy. Make the women smarter and the love scenes better.
That's fair.
I think people forget what a great writer Carrie Fisher was.
Yes. Yeah. Jude Apatow actually put his hand in that script, too. Yeah. She was a great, great writer.
Side note, Carrie Fisher's dog just died.
Oh. That's a shame.
Sorry. Didn't mean to bring
okay.
my mood down.
Another fun fact. When Robbie tells Linda at one point to get out of my Van Halen t-shirt before you jinx the band and they break up.
And she did.
And she did. The movie was set in 1985. They broke up in 1985. You would like this because they ended up making it into a musical in 2006.
I heard about this, yes.
And it was actually nominated for Tony Awards for 4 Tony Awards.
Good for them.
Yeah. And even though Steve Buscemi and John Lovett's appearances, they kind of,
as rival wedding singers.
Oh my God, they are. I love Steve Buscemi. I do.
I do too.
And John Lovett's was just perfect. And what better way to get paid than
meatballs?
With meatballs.
Yeah.
I mean, in a hippity hop. So good.
The rapping granny.
Good. Yeah. This movie came out the same year as Billy Madison, 1995.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't enjoy those Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Not a fan of the Billy Madison, the Waterboy.
I'm sorry, this is 98. So it was 95 was Billy Madison, then Happy Gilmore, and then this. So it probably was a Billy Madison production. But again, I don't feel that it has that same heart to it than the other ones do. So in those movies, like especially in the first one, he's lecherous. And then in Billy Madison, the little romance that blooms out of it's really not even secondary. It's more like third or fourth in the importance of the scripts. But in this one, it's right there, and it's the scene where she's holding the dress up to her, and she says, "Hi, I'm Julia Gulia. Oh, I'm Julia Gulia," and then she starts going, "Hi, I'm Mrs. Robbie Hart." It's just, and then to see him on the street, seeing her, thinking, "Oh, I can't go in there and tell her how much I love her." And
miscommunication.
It's just, yeah. And Christina Taylor, like you were saying, from Marsha. She was such a good, supportive friend, but at the same time, she should have seen more. I don't know how to say this, but like when she says, "I want to, can I go out with him?" and you're like, "Oh yeah, sure." No, you just no. But anyway, okay. Well, there we go. So we had 2 crossovers. I crossed over with you with Princess Bride, Lily, and then we crossed over here. So I think that's pretty great. We saw a multitude, and we termed a new coin: rom-com zoms.
Rom-coms on.
I wonder if it should be Zom rom-coms.
I think I like rom-com song.
Rom-coms on. Okay,
Rom-com
there you
song?
go. I'll reach out to IMDb.
Can I just
Hollywood?
mention, in a complete side note,
Yes.
Okay.
that I can't believe y'all did 2 romantic music shows and Bon Jovi wasn't mentioned once.
Yeah.
What do you
Well,
mean?
Because your mom thinks that Bon Jovi is the end all and be all.
John
And
Bon Jovi
he
can
just-
sing some ballads.
He just ain't. Okay?
and he
ain't.
didn't make their way onto anyone's lists.
Nope. Nope. And I'll tell you the truth. I did that on purpose.
I know you did.
Just to stick it in and twist the knife.
She's disturbed. She does not like that.
Well, I'm sorry. So I will. How about this? How about I officially invite you to make a list of your Fave 5 Bon Jovi songs?
And you're just going to sit there quietly?
No, I'll make my own.
Burn. That was shade. This is a shady episode.
Yeah, but she was throwing shade at Bon Jovi because I would think there's no good Bon Jovi songs. But little does she know.
These 5 words.
Yeah. There you go. Well, ladies, thank you so much for spending this Friday night with me.
Thanks for buying us a lovely dinner prior
you
to
were
this
so
wonderful.
Wasn't it
Yeah.
romantic? Just the 3 of us eating our
So
burritos
romantic.
as Izzos, drinking our Diet Coke Zero, and something blue.
The substance.
This is true, yeah. Well, I also want to thank all of you for choosing to listen to this episode of Fave Five From Fans. We're thrilled that you've joined us, and we hope you had a fantastic time. Clever, huh? Little turn of the-
Very clever.
Yeah. If you enjoyed the podcast, we would be incredibly grateful if you shared it with a friend or 2 or 5 and gave us a glowing 5-star review on any of your favorite podcast platforms or every platform that you listen to it on. I mean, just pop around, go to Apple Podcast and Spotify, and just 5-star, 5-star, 5-star.
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 Your support means the world to us and helps Plastic Microphone Studios grow and thrive. I'm totally okay if you guys didn't like the show and still leave us a good review. I'm gonna be fine with that. Connect with us on social media platforms like X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Yep,
TikTok.
Blue Sky.
Hasn't been banned yet.
Not yet.
I mean, it was banned.
Not this
but
week.
It was brought back.
So join us there and let's keep the conversation going and making our podcast community even more vibrant and exciting. Thank you for being a part of our journey. We can't wait to share more thrilling content with you in the future. And don't forget to join us next week as we round off February, the month of love, with Roms Gone Wrong.
Is that going to be while you were sleeping too?
No,
As well.
no. It's going to be the movies like,
I need some previews for that. I don't know what Rom's Gone Wrong are.
well, Sleeping with the Enemy with Julia Roberts, where her romance turns sour and she has to flee from her husband. And
Kill him. Oh.
No, flees from him and then finds it.
Little Shop of Horrors.
There you go.
Director's cut.
The director's cut. There you go. That could be it. So that's what we're going to get into next week.
And who's the guest for this?
I don't know who the guest is going to be. I'm going to have to find the guest. I know. So anyway, I got to get to it. I got my list already. All right. So episodes come out every Friday. Unless they don't. Like tonight. Well, I'll probably get this one out tonight. So make sure that you subscribe so you don't miss us. Also, check us out on YouTube. I've been doing some shorts, and I've been doing some interviews, and I found an old video of Lilli that I'm going to post on there.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Is this of her lip syncing? What's the little
Ice
snowman?
Baby.
No, that's a great video.
Summer.
Olaf.
Olaf.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Some of the
good.
good.
Never mind. This is a tangent, so it's fine. I'll save it.
Okay.
And remember, folks, it may not be the best. It may not be the most popular. But if it's your favorite, then it's good enough for us. Thanks so much for joining us. Happy Valentine's month. Ladies, take us out.
Happy Mardi Gras.
Happy. Yep. Happy.
Happy.
Happy. Happy.
Happy.
Happy.